Hello, this is CJ, and welcome to my April and May 2016 monthly manga pickup video. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, CJ, why are you making this video now? Why didn't you make an April video, and why aren't you waiting till the end of this month to release this video? Well, I have an event going on, and I'm not going to be on this channel for the next 3 weeks, as I've mentioned in a Sailor Moon Crystal episode review earlier this week. In fact, am shooting both of these videos on the same night just because of that. So yeah, once again, I do apologize for that. I thought that because I won't be able to collect manga this month, it would be a good idea just to combine the two videos and make it a big haul rather than have a very small video with a small amount of items and just no video at all for May. So this is my compromise, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get to the manga. And here are my pickups for April and May. Let's go ahead and get started. First up is Alive, the Final Evolution. I decided to buy 2 more volumes of this because I got super excited about the first 2 I bought. As I've mentioned before, the artist who did Alive, the Final Evolution is currently writing Noragami. Unfortunately, the author of this series died of cancer while he was writing the final chapters. He actually got the final chapters out on his deathbed. I mean, this guy was super dedicated, and it really shows in his work. This isn't the best shonen around, but it's one that I highly recommend you at least look into a little bit, because it's super, I mean, nobody ever talks about this series. It's really good. It's probably because, unfortunately, Del Rey, the company who published this, went out of business, so they were only able to get 8 volumes out. So it's incomplete in the States, which really stinks. I mean, this is good. You know, it's good stuff. So I will probably be buying more of this series, but unfortunately, again, I'll have to buy it used. Next up is Attack on Titan, Volume 18. I almost don't even want to talk about this one because I don't want to give a lot of spoilers, because I know a lot of you guys are Attack on Titan fans. I know a lot of people straight up don't read the manga. They just only watch the anime, which is totally cool. That's your own decision. But I will say about this is around where Attack on Titan starts going back to its origins as far as its presentation is concerned. Like, as far as like the storytelling is concerned. Some recent volumes have been very political. A lot of people have been complaining about that. But personally, I didn't mind them that much. But a lot of people are super excited about the stuff that happens in this volume. So if you're an Attack on Titan fan and you're a really big fan of like some of that season 1, like gritty action and fighting, this is definitely going to be a volume you're super going to like. Next up is, oh man, this is probably my favorite part of my haul this month, except for these 2. Oh my gosh. This is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2. Battle Tendency. I just got into JoJo. Actually, some of you guys might have guessed that I picked up JoJo by the music I used in the video letting everybody know what happened to April's video. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has been, oh my gosh, like this past month reading it has been a wild ride. I just finished with 6 today, part 6 that is, Stone Ocean, and I am now just starting Steel Ball Run. Holy crud. I will just say right now without spoiling, I did not expect that kind of ending for Stone Ocean. So far, my favorite parts have been 2, 3, and 6, 6 being the one I just recently read. And so I went ahead and picked up 3 volumes of Part 2, and yeah, it's really cool. I will say right now, because I don't want to give a lot of spoilers for this series, because, again, this is Part 2. I don't have Part 1. And if you haven't read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I highly recommend you give it a try. It's old, but it's good. And speaking of which, this part was written in the late 80s, or the mid 80s, I'm not sure exactly. And Lisa is one of the main characters of Part 2, and holy crud. I will just say right now, Lisa completely blows even modern female shonen characters just out of the water. I mean, she's a great character. She's well written. And I mean, oh my gosh, it's just amazing how like timeless this character is, especially compared to her modern day shonen counterparts. These covers are really cool. They're actually updated art. They're of the new art style of the artist. You can actually see inside. The art inside is nothing like the art on the outside, so please don't expect that. If you're a JoJo fan, please pick up these volumes. At least pick up the volumes of your favorite part. I know mostly everybody loves Part 3, but for me personally, I absolutely adore Joseph Joestar. Part 2 is awesome. I mean, Viz Media is doing an amazing job with these volumes. Please support them. Go out and buy some JoJo. Do it for me. Next up is My Love Story. I don't really have much to say about this volume other than it's just awesome. I mean, My Love Story has continued to be just incredible. And look at Takeo's amazing Michael Jackson pose on this cover. That's that's awesome. These covers never fail to impress me. If you like my love story, support it. It's great. Next up is Nichijou, My Ordinary Life. I haven't read this volume yet, and I'm super, super excited to. I probably will read it on a slow day of work. A lot of times as a substitute teacher, I'll be subbing high school study hall, so I'll have time to read. And oftentimes I'll hide my manga, but occasionally the students will see, and I always enjoy talking to them about it. There's nothing to be ashamed of, but, it does look somewhat odd for a teacher to be reading a comic in the front of the classroom. That being said, though, this is a great series. I'm really, really looking forward to the content in Volume 2 because I really, really enjoyed it in Volume 1. There was a couple of really, really fun laugh-out-loud moments. Pray for me that I don't burst out into laughter in the middle of one of my study halls. Next up is Noragami Stray God. Again, just another volume of Noragami. I've been collecting these, and this publication has just been great. The matte covers are super cool. The art is amazing. I really, really am liking where the story is going right now. And yep, it's great. It's Noragami. That's all I gotta say about that. And speaking of things I don't really have that much to say about, One Piece. No, I'm kidding. Really, the only bummer about this volume is that it's yet another Dressrosa volume. And oh my gosh, we have been so tired of Dressrosa. I am super, super, super excited about the current arc we're on right now in One Piece. Thank goodness we're finally out of Dressrosa and into an arc that's just been absolutely incredible. I'm going to nitpick a bit, and actually, if I can get this glare out of here. So you're looking at this cover, right? And you see this number. This number has obscured many, many things on several volumes. I'm actually going to show you exactly what I mean real quick. Sorry, hold on. There we go. Okay. So I actually have the Japanese volume of this because I am a weeb. If you look at the bottom here, you can see some of the dwarves. And in the English version, the number covers them up. This has actually been a problem on several volumes, not just this one. And it's a little bit of a bummer. And honestly, I don't really blame Viz Media for this. I don't think they ever thought that was going to be an issue, but it kind of is. It's a little bit sad. Next up is One Punch! Oh my gosh, I absolutely love One Punch Man. This cover features Prairie Prisoner, who has been an interesting character. I would compare him to the Okama from One Piece as far as his, the sensitivity of his character is concerned. A lot of people would be right to complain about some of the things about this character, but, aside from the controversial stuff, I actually really, really do like this character. He's absolutely hysterical. He's a powerhouse, and, I absolutely love One Punch Man. If you haven't read One Punch Man or haven't seen it for some reason, do it. Just do it. Next up is Requiem of the Rose King. Now, this volume was actually something that one of you guys recommended. I hope I pronounced your name wrong. Raina B, thank you so much for recommending this. I was at a Barnes & Noble. I was looking at a bunch of manga on the shelf, and I was like, I've either read or heard of all of these, and I'm just not interested in anything. And then I saw Requiem of the Rose King toward the bottom, and I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And sure enough, I remembered one of you guys recommended it, so thank you so much. As you said in your comment, it is a totally weird shoujo, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It does not act like other shoujo series. It is a sort of historical fiction based on the War of the Roses, and that's all I kind of want to say about it. I will say, as a huge Joan of Arc fan, this series has a very, very interesting take on Joan of Arc. I have never seen that historical character depicted in such a way before, and I'm super interested to see where the story goes from here. So thank you so much for recommending that. I really, really, really appreciate that. Next up is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, the Nintendo Power comic that was published last year. Now, I'm actually cheating a bit on this one, and I'll explain why. This is not something I bought this month, but it's actually something to thank one of my Patreon supporters, Isaiah, one of my actually good friends in real life. Basically, if you donate $5 or more to my Patreon, even if it's just for a month, I will go out and buy a manga volume of whatever you want and review it as one of my, monthly manga pickups. And unfortunately, Isaiah's not into manga. And the only thing he gave me was review something Zelda. So I've actually bought all of the Zelda manga, so I can't buy any more. So here is your little review, Isaiah. This is, again, a adaptation of A Link to the Past that was featured in Nintendo Power. This series is really, really good. It has a sort of, how do I put this the right way? It has a sort of like episodic feel. Like Link goes through all the different dungeons and all the different events in the story. It's sort of like almost like like an episode to episode basis. Like it feels almost like a TV show. And the really, really cool thing about this comic, and I'm not going to say specifically how, but this comic predicts a lot of things that happen in future Zelda games. And it's super cool. I don't want to say exactly how because it's a huge spoiler, but I was like, wow, like that's something I remember seeing done similarly in future games. So the author, Shotaro Nomori, oh gosh, forgive me. Oh, I just butcher names all the time. He did a really, really good job, and he's, oh my gosh, it's a great. If you're a Zelda fan, especially a Link to the Past fan, and you don't have this, please pick it up. It is definitely worth your while. Next up are my adorable little Nindoroids. No, I'm not gonna get super crazy with these guys. But oh man, I will tell you this much. When I was going to the post office to pick these guys up, I was just so super giddy. So I have, as you can see, Link from Majora's Mask and Saitama. Link here actually got delayed. I was super sad about that. He's so cute. I am never taking the bunny hood off. Actually, when I played Majora's Mask as a child, Majora's Mask is my favorite game of all time. I basically, every time I started to run, I would just immediately go and get the bunny hood. I mean, just that would be the first thing I would do. And so I am never taking that off. And the little tattle is so cute. He also comes with little masks that he can hold. The Deku mask is one of my favorite video game items of all time, not just in Zelda. So that was super cool to have a little Nendoroid of that. The only complaint about that is that I have about that rather is the arm that he holds the masks with, the arm that you attached to him, being the left one, has his sleeve attached to it, so you can't really give it to like another character without it looking super weird, which is a little bit sad to me. I would have loved to have, I don't know, like Mako from Kill la Kill be able to hold one of these masks. But yeah, he is super cute. And then of course we have baby Saitama from One Punch Man. He is so cute. He comes with a little shopping bag. Comes with real punching action. Actually, I think on the side, yeah, you can see he comes with a little angry face. For Nendoroid collectors, you might notice that his head is actually one solid piece. That's very odd for a Nendoroid. Like with Link, for example, here, you can take his hair out and actually switch his face with another face. With Saitama, you actually just have to take his head off and put another head right on. It's kind of weird. Actually, I did not mention with Link, and it might be apparent if I go right here in the box, he's supposed to come with Majora's Mask, but I don't have that out right now. In fact, I have it on another Nendoroid.
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please like and subscribe. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, this is CJ, signing off.